Let's get good. I am the gamer under development, and this is Endless Space 2 Awakening. We are playing as the Nakalim, and I gotta preface this with a little thing real quick for everybody. So, while I was out of town proposing to my now fiance, anyways, while I was away doing that, our cat decided that it would be a really cool idea to chew on my microphone cable, and I discovered during a different recording yesterday that it completely borked the cable, so I am monitoring that right now, which is weird because I'm actually hearing myself talk and I normally don't. We're going to play through this episode as much as we can, but essentially if the cable gets bumped, it'll start popping, and if it does that, I'm going to have to cut the episode early, so I apologize for that, guys. I'm getting a new cable today, but I didn't want you guys to miss out on content just because the cat decided that black licorice tasted good. Anyways, we're going to move on now. So, I frankly can't remember where we left off because a lot of stuff has happened in my life since then, but that's okay. We're just going to pick up and figure it out. I do want to say that I did speak with somebody from AMP recently, and when we started, we looked at the trait, what is it called? Beliefs not breakthroughs, cannot obtain technology from other empires. And I talked about how in the VIP build, we were still able to hack people for technologies. I'm not entirely sure that's true in the release. It sounds like it's not. It sounds like they took that out, which is rather unfortunate. However, there is still a great use for this faction for hacking, so we'll get to that in a minute. Here we go. Aspirant is out here in Moosey's. I believe he was collecting relics. He doesn't really need to be there harassing the red faction, which I believe is the UE in this case. Let's take a look. Is it the UE? That's not going to tell us, but this will. It is the UE. Okay. Sorry guys, multiple playthroughs going right now. Multiple playthroughs. Nakos are down here and they have a relic, so we can definitely go for that, but I'm gonna actually steal some of these guys as anomalies first. Specifically on the planets they're on, because ha ha ha. Okay. Taking some transvine off of them, that works. What do we get on Moosey's influence is great. We like influence. Let's come on down here to Nakos and go get that next relic. The fact that we cannot hack people for technologies anymore is really a difference maker, because it means that we actually have to keep some relics going if we want to have decent science generation. Right now with 9 relics though, we're doing just fine, nothing to really worry about there. I do want to take a look at where our hacks are going right now. So we were working on getting Yetics so that we could hack our way to Pixis, but it seems like perhaps that's going to be pointless now. We are going to go ahead and give it a try, and the cat is over here by the cable. Can you not, please? What is your deal? Okay. No popping yet, so we're okay. And we're about to complete the Endless Research Park and Endless World. Woot! Okay. Ending our turn. Love getting that wonder. The happiness boost from it is phenomenal, as is the science and dust boost. The science boost less so for us with this faction, but that's okay. Cephaloros are now cordial with us. Good to know. Congratulations! We got the Endless Research Park and Endless World. Good. We wanted that very, very much. Okay, Nakalims. And we have a hero level up for Petrov Jutka, which I believe is our first governor? Is she not? Yes, she is. Yeah, because she's an overseer. Okay. Ooh. That's actually a really nice skill for an overseer, though, but that's a vaulter skill, so actually getting a vaulter seeker would be, 100. Okay. We are going to go for either more strategic resources here, or potentially more food. Food is not bad for us, because building out our systems really fast means that we can expand our influence in them faster as well. But I'm going to go for the strategics here, because that just seems like a better overall choice at the moment. Alright, excellent job there, Petrov Jutka. So she got that because of the experience from Endless World, which is great, and I think we were talking about moving her over to Bushir to provide some extra happiness to Bushir, but we are ecstatic everywhere right now. Holy moly. And that's largely because of the new colony law in combination with us getting the Endless Research Park, which does provide a happiness boost for, I believe it's 10 turns. That is on fast though, which is what I play on. Oh boy, the latest survey's in, it appears we are pacifists. That's going to happen unless we focus inherently on being militarist, which we're probably not going to do realistically. And you are the Cravers, and you have big fleets already, and that's not a comfortable thing. We should really start looking at building out fleets, as we do have 2 different fleet commander heroes or admiral heroes right here. So let's let's look at our systems and see which one is pumping out the most production at the moment. Gonna be Bouchier, which is good. Yeah, that's actually fine. We were thinking about making this a ship production system anyway, so let's go ahead and see. Do we not have big data shipyards available, or did we already build it here? We don't have it available, it appears. No, wait, we do. It's right there. Okay, awesome. So because it has big data shipyards, this is absolutely going to be the place where we want to build our first combat ships. For the Nakalim, I honestly don't like using the Wardens. They're support ships, and I'll show you guys why. As a whole, the Warden has only one support slot. That to me is just criminal. Like, there's nothing that I like about that. On the other hand, the Squire ship, if we come in and look, has 2 support slots. Now actually it has 3. Now we do trade one of those for weapon or armor, but generally early on you only need 1 armor module on attack ships. So what we're going to do here is we're going to create a new cheap heat ship. And because people get upset when I don't capitalize the names, there you go. The name is capitalized. Are you happy now? Let's go ahead and take our attacker, and we will throw scavenged ram scoops on all of the support slots we want to give up, and that's just because scavenged ram scoops are 100, guys. One of my favorite modules in the game just because of the actual boost to the movement point traveling distance. And then we're going to go ahead and throw swarm missiles on there along with some regular missiles. The reason we're doing that is us having swarm missiles early on is a huge early tech to get, because it essentially means flak doesn't work very well on us. And if flak doesn't work very well, then we can use missiles and stay at long range and basically pelt the crap out of anybody we get into a fight with. So we're going to go like that. We do need 1 armor module on here. We can either go with basic reactive plating, or we can go with basic uniform shielding. So here's the problem with this for us. If we go with basic reactive plating, we're going to get 50 projectile defense, 310 health. Okay, that's pretty good. If we come down here, we're only going to get 30 health, we're going to get 700 shield capacity, and 120 energy defense. Now the thing to remember is that early on, energy weapons are limited to beams from long range, doing a lot of damage, and they actually do less damage than lasers. They only do 19, so let's take a look at our comparable missiles, which are also long range, but they do 61. So what we're going to do here is go with basic reactive plating. In addition to being better against early weapons, it's also going to give us more health, which is just generally better in my opinion. I'm going to go ahead and create that design, and then we will set Bouchier up so that they can just pump that out. I do want to make sure that there is nothing else we want to be building here first, though. Honestly, it looks like there isn't. I mean, we could get away with building a national museum here. It would help us expand our influence range, which could lead to us getting this additional neuron star, but it looks like as that's already yellow, it's within our sphere of influence already. So there's not a whole lot to be gained from that. We're probably better off just building out our ships here. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to just throw a bunch of cheap heats into queue. I do want to see what our fleet size cap is currently. Because, oh wow, 14. Yeah, so at 14 fleet size cap, that's a lot of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. There we go. That is... wow, that's a lot, guys. That is just a lot, and I'm actually super excited about that because that's going to be kind of amazing. Spin Project, something we can potentially move up here. Actually, I'm definitely going to move... definitely going to move Spin Project up here because we are not capped out on all of our planets. We don't really need to colonize Corona 3 that badly right now. So we're going to go ahead and move Spin Project up so we can generate a little bit more influence here. Happiness improvement at the back of the line because we are ecstatic right now seems good. And what do we got here? So we have found the Lumeri home system. What's up, folks? How you doing? Not a lot going on over here. We could scan some stuff if we wanted to, but there are no relics in range here that we can see. So what I'm going to do here is fire off a probe this way because we know that there are potentially branches over here. Did you fire it or no? Oh, they did. Okay, whoops. Fired 2 off that way. I was zoomed out too much and I couldn't see it, which was my own failure. Yeah, you can barely see the outline there. That's okay, though. We didn't really need those probes for much anyway, and it's time for this guy to beat feet out of here and go look for relics other places, like up here in Pegasus. So, since our hacking is not going to be effective at stealing technologies, what we're going to use it for instead is to influence the Academy. You can hack the Academy. There is bonuses and advantages available to doing that. And I believe we produced, yes, an instrument of the will, which should be floating around here somewhere. Instrument of will, where are you? I think we were sending them after a pirate colony somewhere, but I can't remember for certain, and now I'm not seeing them anywhere. That's weird. Okay, where you guys at? Down here? Maybe? No. Well, it's not that, because that's an aspirant. And there is not a star lane coming off of Soydan here, so what we're going to want to do, take a look at our galaxy and go, yeah, we should probably fire some probes out this way. There we go. Take this aspirant and send him up here. And I am not entirely sure where our instrument of the will is. I bet you we can also find it through here. Okay. It's at Lacerta, or it's moving to Lacerta, so let's go ahead and take a look at where Lacerta is. Hello, Lacerta. Where are you? Alright. That's interesting. Don't actually see a system called Lacerta right now, so... Is this them? This is them right here. Okay, Lacerta's up here. Okay, that makes more sense. It looks like we're sending them up to mess with the Cravers. I don't know why I made that choice when I last left off, but I did, apparently, so that's the thing we're gonna have to deal with. I mean, we could come down here and help deal with those pirates, since we're not really gonna need them to ladder hacks anymore. I guess we'll just let this land at Lacerta and see what happens then. Okay. Choose our party. Here we do want to try to stay religious if at all possible. Our best bet is to use strong arm lobbying. That is going to use a large chunk of our dust, though. I'm kind of okay with that, though. Really not that upset about that particular thing. Come on, baby. Stay religious. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be religious pacifists here. That's what's going to happen. I'm totally fine with that. Religious pacifist is actually my preferred combination with this faction. Excellent. So we got Saints and Sinners. That'll help us maintain happiness if we need it. And we also got Trusted Broker, which isn't phenomenal, but it's something. It's something we can use to help with minor faction diplomacy and stuff like that. Hey, diplomatic relation with the Calmont has improved. Your scientists have detected a heavily damaged ship of unknown design entering your home system. The ship is unresponsive to hails, and sensors have detected that the engines are in critical overload, and it will soon self-destruct. Scanning the ship, you discover that it contains not only a dense computer core containing untold secrets, but also passengers in stasis who have been infected by an unknown plague. You can only save the core or the passengers before the ship explodes. Okay, so if we save the inhabitants, we get random technology. So we get a random tech no matter what we do here. To save the inhabitants requires 75 food generation. So I'm going to go ahead and see how that looks for us. Wow, we were compromised on Bushir. There's either back doors on our systems from somewhere, or perhaps the Umbral Choir is floating around. The choir is not in the game though, so that's insane. Somebody just did like a long hack to get there. That's crazy. I'm going to minimize that and we'll read it in a second. The Academy's needs evolve. Okay, lots of things going on this turn. Lots of things. Let's go ahead and see if we have a system generating 75 food. We do. Alright, so that first quest that came up, if we can find it in here, is going to be just fine. We're going to take this one probably because I like to save the people over saving the core because I'm a good person. Or at least I try to be. The pursuit of science and knowledge is important, but sentient beings come first. You will need to increase industry and food to be able to extract, house, and feed the aliens. We got this. We'll literally get this to click over next turn. Alright, next quest. Political disinterest among young people across the Empire has reached an all-time high. The sons and daughters of a generation brought up with ideals of perfect republic feel increasingly powerless and disenfranchised, as if they are just cogs in a machine. I have no idea how that feels. A common sentiment in this is that the electoral system is rigged against them. Having pulled a few strings in the last election, you know they are not exactly wrong, but how will you deal with the problem? So we can educate them to increase science, we can entertain them to increase happiness and dust. That's probably what we're going to do. Or we can conscript them. We're going to entertain them so that we can increase happiness and dust. Don't mind the increase to ecologist political ideology either, that's great. Okay, new colony is gone. Since the Academy is making new requests, that's totally fine. We can take a look at our happiness. We're still ecstatic, so we don't need the Saints and Sinners bill. However, we could go with Admit and Improve to make our heroes level faster, and that would cost 64 influence. We're currently generating 233. Not a big issue there. And then there's also Trusted Broker as an option, which would allow us to get minor factions on our side a little bit cheaper. I actually kind of like that right now, because we're probably generating a lot of science and stuff from our minor factions. Let's go ahead and take a look over here. Yeah, see, we're getting 25 science from them. Let's check all the minor factions we're getting stuff from. 12 science from them. So that's, like 40... maybe 50 science so far just from those minor factions, and another 9 science from these guys. So let's look at our total science gains right here. Actually, they don't make up that much. They make up a chunk, but it's not that much. We could have them make up more, though, if we were able to praise them for cheaper. I'm not against that. The other thing to look at is, do any of them have systems that we ideally want? And the main thing for that is, do they have Red Sang? Yeah, because we're not going to go for Endless Foundries. Those are going to be way too hard to find. So we're looking for systems that have Red Sang or other strategic or luxury resources that we're already bringing in. Luxuries being more important here. We're getting 3 of those right now. 7. Okay, so we're bringing in a good quantity of Eden Incense, which is great for us. We're also bringing in a good quantity of Blue Cap Mold, also good for us. And then Super Spuds we're bringing some in on. That may all be tributes here from Ida. It does not look like it, though. Ida may be a good system for us to capture because it does have all those luxury resources. Yeah, I actually really like Ida. That means we should push on the Nashis for sure. We may not actually need any sort of influence reduction to do that, though. We already have the option to assist them. Let's actually take a look at this before we make the decision about our law. New objective, reach 70 happiness in your empire and maintain it for 5 turns. Well, we've got that. It has been a difficult few years for the Nashis civil wars. Natural disasters and industrial decline has led to a planet-wide feeling of melancholy among the population. Walking through the capital city, the place quiet and subdued, a lone Nashist approaches, but your guards block her way. If you'll permit me, Your Excellency, you nod. The guards step aside and the Nashist joins your side. You walk on together. You are the leader of a mighty empire, are you not? And you want us to join your empire, don't you? Perhaps. Then what you must do is show that your people are content. You stop at the edge of a great plaza, but rather than the colorful life you might expect in the heart of the capital, you find shuttered stalls, watching eyes, and silence. A deep and strong happiness is what the Nashis seek most. Show us that and our masters will elect to join you. Trust me, I know the Nashis slips away. Okay, so that's great. We actually don't need to increase praise with them to get there. These guys do the minus depletion points, which isn't super important. Terraformation cost is actually a decent one for us. We do some terraforming late game, and they do provide additional science, and we are on our way to this. I mean, honestly, though, we can just throw some praise on there, and we'll probably be there relatively soon. Yeah. I'm not going to worry about that. So basically, we're finding that we don't need Trusted Broker as much as we can use these others. I'm going to probably go with Admit and Improve. Yeah, that seems like the best deal. Getting some more levels on our heroes is a very good idea. And now that we have the ability to buy heroes in the marketplace, we should also be keeping an eye out for new Overseers that we want and other sort of heroes that we want to pick up. So Justikar Jide Parcha, she is a pacifist, which is great because if she has on Senate bonuses, we'll probably be getting those relatively soon. She does have additional production values, and she has the Joy Initiative. We are absolutely going to sell some things and pick her up. The question is, what are we going to sell? Probably Titanium or Hyperium at this point. In the game, we would need to sell a reasonable quantity to get to her. But that's not too bad. We can do 40 of these right here. That'll take us up to 3.14k, and we will buy her right away, which is excellent. Let's go ahead and take a look at this Sophon leader and see what he brings to the table. Some additional science, some additional happiness on anomalies. The happiness, though, is essentially a wasted skill when we have the Joy Initiative available. Yeah. So he's basically extra science for us, along with whatever things we can pick up along the way. Public relations expert, though, the counselor skill is absolutely awesome for us. So I'm not opposed to that. Definitely somebody we could pick up. And it's curious because it almost seems that he starts out with some relics. Is that a thing? Did the hero we just picked up start with relics? If she did, that's awesome. Let's go take a look. No, she did not. 0 relics. So when we go back into the marketplace, I want to see if, upon looking at that hero, it shows that they have 2 relics. It does show that they have that bonus. So I'm guessing that if we were able to pick that hero up, they would actually have that bonus. So we're going to try to get them next turn. In the meantime, though, we should begin assigning her to a new system, and she will benefit from Admit and Improve now. So I think we're going to put her on Bouchier, which we were going to do with our other hero. Actually, can we reassign our other hero yet? Probably not, because I think we just assigned her last turn. Yeah, she's got a couple turns, 2 more turns before she can be reassigned. We don't necessarily want to put our newest hero there either, so instead what we'll do is we'll put her on Kamos here. Go, Justicar, you've got this. Alright. That is good. Does she have any skills? She does not. Academy request. They want all the influence. We have 440 of it, so yeah, let's just give them... Let's give them a considerable chunk for right now. We'll give them like 300 to start with. And this time, instead of going for the Spear of Isyander, which is great, or the Vault Keeper, which gives us access to different laws, I think we're going to go for Master of Dust, because I've never done that one, and it seems like my kind of position. I would love to have more money. Okay, hero level up for our main hero. He's going to get some vision range for that. Just perfect. That'll help him hunt down those relics. Yay! More Nakalim pop everywhere. Karana's got some spin project going, that's great. Finishing out that toxic planet. Do we actually need it though? Oh, we have the ability to get rid of, or rather explore our anomalies here. It's never a bad idea, however at the turn cost that it currently has, it is a slow idea, so we're not going to do that necessarily at this moment. Any specialization we really want to get here. We don't actually have the industrial specialization yet. We should probably look at getting that. I mean, it's got to be in our queue somewhere, right? No, it's not. It should be, though. I could have sworn that it was one of these. Oh, it's actually down here. Nope, Chameleon Spaces is a different one. It's up here in Neurorobotics. So we should get that. Oh, behemoths are available now too. That's a thing that is important. We're going to go ahead and put Behemoth Tech right behind this one because this will give us the ability to colonize deserts and access more of our curiosities, which is important. Curiosities will give us more anomalies. Anomalies will give us better production and resource gain from our buildings, so we definitely want that. And then once we get that behemoth, what we're going to do is go for Behemoth Exploitation 2. Don't know if we're going to put it right there in queue because it is important for us to get colonized gas, so we'll probably do it like this. That's a good deal right there. Alright, Justicar Pride has joined us. Bouchier has been compromised. I have no idea how. Somebody just hit like a super long distance hack. Or they've got backdoors in our systems, which could be problematic, but we'll wait until we see some real outcome from that to worry. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There are lots of fleets here, including what looks like pirate fleets. No, that's a minor faction fleet. That's what that is. These guys are phenomenal. Ooh, yeah, they're really, really good. We actually like their hacking traits. We like everything about them. We should be dumping more influence into them, which is why I didn't spend all of our influence. We're going to go ahead and put a little more praise on these guys. While we're at it, we should see if there's any other minor factions that we can assist. Getting Edisir here would be a decent idea because they do have 4 planets. Still not the best idea, though. Nakos has the potential gains from Twitch infiltrators along with higher bandwidth is really nice. Here, the World Architects is nice, but it's more for a late-game quest we're going to have. Bountiful Filtration, ooh, that's very nice, too. Okay, so basically we want every one of the minor factions' traits, but we don't necessarily want all their systems. Sad times. This is a constant struggle, is getting the miners without getting stuck with the systems you don't care for. Okay, don't need to do that, done. Yay, the things continue to constructinate. Diplomatic relation changed with the Sephoros, awesome. And Yetix has been successfully hacked. Let's go to Yetix real quick. So this is that pirate system that we were going to use as a doorway to get to Pixis. We don't actually need to do that anymore, so what we're going to do instead is probably hack autodroids, although we could go for something else. Honestly, we're just going to hack autodroids, though. That's the best option for us since we can't steal technologies anymore. And it did not show us the... Oh, it did show us the outcome. We got 15 titanium and 15 hyperium. That's actually a pretty decent outcome for us at this point. Petra Jutka, I can't remember her actual name. Anyway, she leveled up. We're going to get more strategic resources from her because, hey, why not? Nakalim's gained everywhere. Production done on Hath. What do you have left, good Hath? Oof, lots of things. If we get rid of that aggression, we're going to get rid of the plant... Whoop, sorry guys, misclicked. We would get rid of that -2 happiness. The -1 to science isn't a huge deal because we don't get science from systems anyway. And the happiness of this system isn't very low, so it's almost not worth it to waste time on that. So I don't think we're going to. Instead, we're going to pop out that colony ship on Hath. And I know we had another system in mind to colonize. I just can't remember which one it was. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. Was it Oentho or Estre? Could have been either one of those. It could have also been Placidus, actually. We may have been looking at Placidus. Placidus does look like a very decent system, got some anomalies on it, got some resources, and it would allow us to sort of establish our influence here. However, since we're pushing a quest on the Ida, we don't necessarily need our influence on Placidus. We could actually wait. We could also go for, like I was saying, Oentho over here. Oentho does seem like a pretty nice system. We don't have a lot going on here right now. Very difficult choice here. And you want to be careful because at this point, we're reaching our limit. Yeah, we're one off of our limit. So you can expand past the limit. You need happiness improvements to counter the negatives brought by expanding past the limit. So you really have to be kind of choosy about what you're going to expand to. Oentho being a 5-planet system honestly seems like the best overall option for us here. Placidus is also a very good system. It also has a lot of unscanned anomalies on it. That is super tough, guys. Super tough. Choices. Considering we'd have to get through a pirate system to get over to Oentho, I think we're actually better off going for Placidus right now. So let's do that. Plus, we know for a fact that Placidus has some resources. We don't know that with Oentho. And Oentho's also going to put us directly in opposition against the Lumeris because it does sort of block in their systems. So, let's see. Food and production. We want the thing with the highest food and production to start with. The main reason for that is that higher food and production means that the outposts will build faster. It also means that the initial improvements will build faster. So we're going to go for Placidus 3 right here, which is excellent. Put some money into it. It'll be done in 6 turns. Couldn't ask for anything better than that, really. And let's see what else needs done. Hath does need to have new stuff in their system. Let's have them build... I mean, National Museum is always good for us. It's always good for us. Xenotourism, not a bad thing. Do we have luxury resources here? We do not. So in that case, Xenotourism not bad, but also not super vital. We don't have strategics here in Hath yet, so we don't need interplanetary transport network that much. Also, guys, I want to take a second. When we were looking at interplanetary transport network in previous videos, we were reading it as +3 production per population per planets with strategic resources. That's not how it works. It's sort of a typo of sorts. It's actually +3 per population on planets with strategic resources. So it doesn't really make sense to build over Xenotourism, or not Xenotourism, but what is it? The Xeno-industrial infrastructure very often. That's sort of a sad thing that I didn't know about until somebody pointed it out to me. That is something I want you guys to know about, though, because you don't want to be building it and not getting what you're expecting out of it value-wise. So if we look at Hath, Hath is a 5-planet system. It's very, very promising for us. And I mean, we could start by turning one of these systems into a temple to the lost. That's not a bad idea. We could also build something like Denark University here. Also not a bad idea. I don't think I want to do that yet, though, because I'd rather build Denark. I like to keep my wonders sort of centralized on our home system, just because it makes that system a huge, huge powerhouse, and it's going to be the core of our empire usually anyway. So instead, we'll probably go with this, because we do have one hot planet here. We're also going to get +5 per planet. We've got 2 planets, so that's another 15 food. That'll help us grow this system a lot faster. Epigenetic is just going to be +2 per pop on planet. That's not bad either, but it's not as beneficial, I think, as this is early on because we just don't have the population to make it worth it. And after that, I think we can kind of wait. We don't need to put a ton in our queue because essentially what not putting a lot in our queue does is it means that we'll see the nothing in construction and it'll tell us to come back and mess with that again. Okay, so that's done. Let's go ahead and move. Battle at NACO's. This is not a good thing. We do not want to fight. Show me the location. Okay, so this is what we kind of expected. It does look like there are pirate fleets here. That's going to be a problem. Or no, that's not even a pirate fleet. That's the UE that is attacking us. So this is actually good, guys. This is actually good, and I'll show you why in a second. We're in a retreat. That's fine. We don't want to tango with you guys. You win. Have a good time. By the way,
welcome.
Stop shooting our ships. Just stop. You're a jerk. Reduce pressure from them on our empire is great. What we want to do is we want to build outward pressure on other empires. Pressure will allow us to make political demands, and those political demands can be very, very rewarding. And we're going to get better and better at building pressure as the game goes on. That's one of the things our faction is actually really, really good at. Mostly because when we expand our borders through influence into other people's area, it creates additional pressure. Okay. And we have an aspirant up here that is basically just exploring. That's fine. We're going to send him up here to do some more exploration in that space. And yeah, sounds good. Looks good. That's going to be it. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to go ahead and give us a like or subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time. Bye!